Today, we are learning new details about disturbing allegations against a Klein ISD cosmetology teacher.
This afternoon, Kedra Grigsby and her son are both behind bars on charges of child sex trafficking and prostitution. Michelle Choi has the latest from court.
Yeah, Kedra Grigsby waived her initial court appearance this morning. She was given a total bond of $750,000. The 42-year-old mother and her son, 21-year-old Roger McGee, are accused of recruiting and trafficking teenage victims.
The allegation is that Ms. Grigsby, in conjunction with her son Roger, was operating a prostitution enterprise with 3 female juvenile complaining witnesses, at least 3.
According to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, the victims were 15, 16, and 17-year-old students and reported runaways. It's alleged Grigsby recruited troubled juveniles from local high schools by offering them a place to stay at a motel.
The investigating officer evidently determined that there was at least one occasion where Ms. Grigsby had paid for the motel room that was used in the prostitution enterprise.
Grigsby is accused of transporting the victims too. In court, prosecutors said at least 2 of the teens were seen in a car allegedly driven by Grigsby at the motel. We also learned Grigsby and her son allegedly used Zelle to transfer money. Investigators say they found text messages between the two talking about payments and fees, as well as messages sent between her son and the victims. According to Klein ISD, Grigsby is a certified cosmetology teacher at Klein High School. We're told she was hired back in 2019 and passed a background check at the time. The district says Grigsby was immediately relieved of her teaching duties and placed on administrative leave Monday after they learned about her arrest, which they say happened off campus, and parents were notified shortly after. The district says they weren't aware of the allegations or her alleged connection to her son, who investigators say was arrested in 2022 for similar charges until yesterday when the sheriff's office alerted them. At this time, Grigsby, who we learned lives with her husband and 2 children, is charged with 3 counts of trafficking a child and 3 counts of compelling prostitution of juveniles, but will likely face additional charges, according to prosecutors, who anticipate more victims to come forward. Grigsby is expected to face a judge in criminal court tomorrow morning. Back to you.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Wednesday night. I'm doing pretty good myself. Just in April, this past April, I featured that story right there about those 2, the mother and son team that was alleged to be sex trafficking, out of Klein High School and what have you. Now, this is former teacher Desmond Darden, okay? And she's former because she alleges that after she warned the school about those 2 right there, she warned the officials of the school that she was fired after that. You understand? And I'm like, wow, those are some big allegations, but it's not like I'm doubting the sister or nothing like that, you know what I mean? Because very well so. But the thing is, what I'm trying to understand is, why would the school do that? Why would you, turn around and fire this teacher right here just because she's warning you of some misconduct that another teacher is doing? I have my suspicions about it. Not that this woman's lying, because I believe her. But without further ado, let's get into this particular video clip and then we'll complete the commentary. Check this out.
We're hearing from a former Klein ISD teacher who claims she was wrongfully terminated after blowing the whistle on an alleged sex trafficking ring involving another educator.
Just months after that report was made, Klein High School teacher Kedra Grigsby was arrested and charged, accused of recruiting students for prostitution. The teacher who reported her now filing a lawsuit. Stephen Jones joins us now from the Harris County Courthouse with the details. Stephen, what are you learning?
Well, the allegations here are concerning. This former teacher says her own daughter was a victim of the sex trafficking ring that she tried to warn district officials about, but she claims nothing was done about it.
It's been a sickening dark pit in my stomach.
With attorneys at her side today, former Klein ISD teacher Desma Darden speaking out.
And as we are on the cusp of a new school year, I refuse to let another child walk into this building with the fear of the unknown if this situation is resolved or not.
Darden said it was February of 2023 when she first alerted multiple officials at Klein High School and Klein ISD about Kedria Grigsby, a fellow teacher she suspected was involved in human trafficking.
They even questioned if me and Miss Grigsby had something personal going on. Despite me telling them again and again I had never met this woman, here is a case number, please investigate.
But this former teacher claimed that her concerns fell on deaf ears, even though she says her daughter was involved with Grigsby's son, Roger McGee, at one point. Weeks after she made her initial report to district officials, Darden says she was let go.
They fired the teacher who brought it to their attention, whose daughter was a victim of it. What kind of sense that made?
More than a year later, though, in April of 2024, Grigsby was arrested and charged with compelling prostitution and trafficking of children. Grigsby's son also facing similar charges. Court documents say their victims were students of Klein ISD. When the story first came to light in April, the district claimed they contacted the Harris County Sheriff's Office and were told Grigsby was not a suspect. But the Sheriff's Office confirmed to KHOU 11 News there's no record of such a call.
But even if they did call, you just don't stop there.
Today, Darden's attorneys argued Grigsby should have been investigated further. When Darden reported her, they now plan to file a federal lawsuit on Darden's behalf. Now, we did reach out to Klein ISD, and they say Darden was documented for poor job performance, but they did not give specifics on her termination, nor did they comment on the impending lawsuit. We know that the suspect in this case, Kedria Grigsby, did bond out of jail, and she's expected for another court date in September. Klein ISD did release an updated safety plan after Grigsby's arrest. We're live today at the Criminal Justice Center. Stephen Goen, KHOU 11 News.
Wow. So there's some twists and turns in this particular situation at that school. And the reason why I say that, as I wonder, like I said prior to this particular, after this video, why would this, the officials in this school feel the need to turn around and fire this woman right here just because she reported these two people for an alleged sex trafficking? In other words, that's the thing about it. See, look, sometimes the rabbit hole runs very, very deep, if you understand what I'm saying. A lot of these young ladies that's coming up missing ain't just being picked up off of the streets, if you understand what I'm saying. It's not. A lot of this corruption I wouldn't doubt, has made it up into these particular schools. You understand? And it's a good chance the reason why this woman was fired is because the rabbit hole runs deep. If you understand what I'm saying. There could be some connections, some people that's involved with the two people that's already been charged and have pending court cases. In other words, there's a good chance, I wouldn't doubt it. And this is kind of like, somewhat of a highlighting moment that the school would take to basically expose themselves if they are involved in that kind of activity. And I say if, I'm not saying that they are. When they fired this woman right here, you understand, that could be some kind of like self-incriminating, because if you peel back the layers of the onion, you're gonna find something that's really very terrible. There's a good chance, like I said before, a lot of these young ladies, these girls, you know what I mean, ain't being just picked up off of the streets or the internet. This corruption could be interwoven into the very schools that a lot of them are attending. If you understand what I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.